I also think about the compartmentalization structure though too, because like even just within one agency, you pick it, NSA, CIA, DIA, like there will be brilliant high level dude over here, and then brilliant high level dude on something else over here. They never talk to each other. This guy's read in on all this crazy shit that this guy's not, and vice versa. So it's like when you talk about places being able to keep a secret, a lot of times the head of the snake, the top of the chain, I should say, doesn't even know what's going on down below them. Like Pete Hegseth is the Secretary of War right now. I mean, I'm not just saying this because it's Pete Hegseth. I'm saying in general, like, he doesn't know fucking 3/4 of the shit probably that happens at the Pentagon in skiffs and things like that. So if we did have something like a Tic Tac, it's not even like Delta Force or the Navy SEALs or some of these guys would hypothetically know about it. I see your argument though, that it's like
completely unsafe, right?
Yeah.
So again, I'm open to it's possible. So where was I going with this? I forget.
Yeah, that was a good tangent.
I know. So we were talking about Epstein. So I don't think Epstein is like the layer of control that's out there, but he's the one that kind of was exposed and slipped through. I think at the highest levels, you're talking like Rockefeller Foundation, World Economic Forum, Bilderberg Group, the Atlantic Council. Who else? I'm missing one.
Trilateral Commission.
The Trilateral, and that gets.
I'm starting to wonder if some of those places are even fronts too.
I think many of them are. I think it just keeps going, right?
Yeah.
But what I think is that there's some level of control that we wouldn't even recognize.
Yeah.
And I think when we see stuff like this, like every time we mess around with nukes, right? So we're in Jersey, right? The Jersey drones.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of those were ours, but I think the only reason some of those were ours is because there was things that were flying in our airspace that were not ours, were not Russian, were not Chinese, and we just flooded the zone with our own stuff in order to confuse matters so that public officials could say, oh yeah, those are just ours.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you also look at where they fly these things, right? So in Jersey, they were centered around Picatinny Arsenal at around the time that I think in 2009, you can check me, the audience should check me because I'm not recall exactly, but I think we removed all our tactical nukes from Britain, right, or the UK. So places like Lakenheath, stuff like that, where there were also a lot of drone sightings at around the same time.
Interesting.
So, I know Picatinny Arsenal is a place where they have weapons and stuff like that, but if I had to guess, I think we probably were kind of reinstalling nuclear triggers in like W-67 nuclear gravity bombs.
Okay, in English. What does that mean?
So just the components of tactical nukes that are dropped from like B-52 bombers and things like that, like just setting up the triggering mechanisms to make them work, right? My guess, and this is just guess, pure spec, right, is that they were putting these things back together and they were shipping them back over to Lakenheath as things were heightening with the Russians. Because this was back in, was it like 2024? Maybe
yes,
this
December
happened?
2024 specifically.
But it was even before that. It
started a little bit, but
in
it
like
got
November in
crazy
Lakenheath. Yeah, in Jersey
December.
it was particular. So
Yeah.
that would be my. There was also there's a base, I think Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, where I think it's like the 8th Strategic Bombing Wing, which is also experienced a ton of these sightings at the same time. So didn't hear about it too much, but I have friends who were just getting, texts and DMs from retirees, like Air Force retirees, saying like these things are flying over, they're not ours, it's crazy, et cetera, et cetera. So anytime we start messing around with nukes or start moving around nukes, these things always come out.
Yeah.
So they're like in my opinion, some element of a control mechanism. Do we control it? I doubt it. I think something above that layer of reality that Epstein kind of provides a peek into, is just kind of reining the hairless monkeys in.
Yeah, a little sidebar from Epstein, then we'll come right back to that. Back when that was happening, and then in the year after that, some different times, it came up a few times when I was on some other shows, I think. I had talked about some sources that I had from back in that period who were giving me information. And the thing was, like, they were all off record. And the one guy who was like, I could say something, it was still like mostly off record. So I was pretty much kind of sucked. Like, I was pretty much blue ballsing people. But I should say, because I kind of looked at this about 6-7 months ago when something else happened and I talked to some of these people, the confidence I had previously in what this guy had told me it was, where I was like, we're all good, don't worry about it. I have a lot less confidence in what he said now. And I won't go further into that, but I think it's important to be able to say, like, if there's someone you thought and had very good reason to believe was an excellent source of information, and then you get new information thinking that might not be the case, you should probably say that. So I never reported exactly what it was, thank God. So I don't have to go off that, but that should be said as well. That said, your argument about it having to do, at least in the realm of tactical nukes and things like that, of all the things that I heard talking with people either that had information or were smart people who could speculate on it, that was always the best argument. Whether or not that was like some country got a dirty bomb in and we were sniffing, or we were trying to plan our own shit to be able to do that, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think the dirty bomb argument is not like, there are certain smoke detectors that have radioactive material in them. Like, I'm not going to go any further than that, but like, you don't need to be fancy, right?
Right.
You probably should cut that one out. But I mean, there was a case. There was a public case. It was in Long Island, I think. There was this guy, and I think he died of radioactive exposure, but he just got smoke detectors and collected this massive amount of aramecium.
Aramecium.
It's like Americum or Americium, something like that. It's like American, basically, with an IUM.
Got it.
So, and he was exposed to radiation poisoning because he just got a lot of smoke detectors and put something together and was arrested and everything was fine. But
I mean, did he die from radiation poisoning?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Okay.
Probably.
Hopefully he's still kicking. Shout out whoever you are.
Yeah,
you were right, by the way, based on your query a few minutes ago when you were talking about, well, if it was the other one you had about moving the stuff to Britain. Didn't you have one up about that? Yeah. Let's get that. So based on reports from the Federation of American Scientists and The Guardian, the United States completed the withdrawal of its nuclear weapons from Britain in 2008. Approximately 110 B-61 gravity bombs were removed from RAF Lakenheath in Suffolk, ending a 50-year presence.